Let's go ahead and talk about numbers. What is up, Wolverines, and welcome back to the channel. It is me, John Crump, Investigative Journalist of the Year, in my own mind. Today, I want to talk to you about something that needs to be talked about. I hear a lot of people out there saying that calling and emailing your senators and representatives make no difference. The reason why they say it doesn't make a difference is that the Republicans do not have control of the Senate and Democrats aren't going to pass any pro-gun bills. But when you hear that, that's not the complete story. We're going to talk about some of the numbers that are needed in Congress to do different things. And first, let's go ahead and talk about how many people you need in Congress to pass a bill. In the House of Representatives, you need a simple majority of 218 people to pass a bill. And the Senate, it's a little bit more complicated. Right now, the Senate is broken down to 50-50, and the tying vote goes to the vice president, which is Kamala Harris. So basically, the Democrats have control of the Senate. Even with that control, even if the Republicans had it, it would require 60 votes to have a supermajority to pass anything out of the Senate, because you need 60 votes to defeat the filibuster. So that is not very likely for pro-gun bills to pass the Senate, and even if they did, it would get vetoed by the president. So now you're asking yourself, well, John, you were telling me, why am I calling our senators and representatives matter? And we're going to be talking about a couple different numbers to show you why that does matter. The first number I want to talk about is 20. 20 is the number of votes that are needed to bring any issue to the floor of the Senate for a vote. And there's 100 senators, so convincing 20 of them is realistic, and we can do that by putting pressure on them. And here's the interesting thing. We want to force more floor votes, but so does our opposition. So we can actually work with our opposition to force floor votes on gun bills and other things, and we can see where our senators stand and force them to take a stand. They don't want you to know this number because they are more than happy just to bury their head in the sand. Now let's talk about another number. 218 in the House and 41 in the Senate. Now you might be wondering what the hell that number is. That's not a majority, but that is the number needed to defund anything. Now you might be wondering why the ATF isn't defunded if all they need is 218 votes in the House, which Republicans will have in the next term, and 41 votes in the Senate, which Republicans have now and should have in the next term. The Republicans claim to be pro-gun. Now I say, let's make them prove it by defunding the ATF. And they don't want you to know that they don't need that. They will hide and say, we don't have the vote. Ask them why. Say, hey, look, are you on board? They might hit you back with some crap saying that they don't have the vote. Your question is, why? Why don't we have the votes? Republicans are claiming that they're pro-gun and they can defund the ATF. Why not do it? And we need to push all Republicans in the Senate and also call Democrats. Maybe we'll get one or two, maybe we won't get any, but it is worth trying. And I say call because each call is worth about 10 emails. They can ignore a bunch of emails, but if their phones are ringing off the hook, that is a lot harder to ignore. So I just wanted to make a quick little video to arm you with some numbers and to explain a few things to you that might be a little bit of surprise to you. But with this information, we can go forward, and I hope you see why your calls and your emails are important when organizations put out calls to email and call your representatives. All right, guys, that is it for me today. I hope you have a great weekend. Holiday season is coming up. Make sure you call your relatives and your friends and family and whoever and just let them know that you are thinking about them. All right, stay ever vigilant, stay ever free, keeping the fight. I am out of here, Wolverines, mother.